Well, I really enjoy playing at the Wankhede, and that's a ground that I've always had happy memories in. And
Test cricket's return to the Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai, after 5 years coincides with the return of Virat Kohli to the Indian team. Virat was rested in the three T20s and the Kanpur Test against New Zealand and is now back in the team and ready to play the Wankhede Test. Virat Kohli and Wankhede Stadium have a very good relationship. Kohli played 4 tests at Wankhede and scored 433 runs at an average of 72.16, including 350s and one double century against England. It has been 56 innings across formats that Kohli last scored an international century. His last century came against Bangladesh in a day-night test in November of 2019. The Mumbai Test could be the ideal platform for Kohli to return to form given his fine record at Wankhede.
well, I really enjoy playing at the Wankhede, and that's a ground that I've always had happy memories in. And more than that, I think it's the impact you leave on the kind of innings that you play on the team that matters to me more. So that was the focus in the past, and that's precisely my focus every time I take the field as well. That I want to give my best. I want to try and do the best possible thing for the team in that situation. And if the situation demands me to bat for longer periods and get the amount of runs that puts the team in a pole position or a dominating position or get the team out of trouble, I take a lot of pride in doing that. Yes, not all the time will you have phases where you bat the same way, and you have to understand and accept that in a long career span. So it's all about putting in the hard yards, working hard on your game, staying very balanced, staying in a space where you understand that you are progressing in the right direction, and then at the end of the day, you walk onto the field knowing that you're prepared fully, and you are ready to give your best. And after that, it's all about execution, and you have to be professional and understand when there is lack of execution or there is lack of good decision making. And personally, for me as an individual, that's always been my point of analysis on my personal game, whether I've committed a mistake, what the situation was like, how can I improve, how can I get better. And that is something that I will continue to strive to do, and to try to put in the performances, as I said, that help the team in any way that I can. No, it was just to stay in the rhythm of playing red ball cricket, and the idea was to get repetition and volume, which is important in Test cricket. So it's just about getting into the mold of switching into in between formats, and something that I've always tried to do whenever I get the opportunity to get some time to work on setting up for different formats. It's more so mentally than doing anything technique wise, because the more cricket you play, you understand your game more, and it's just about getting into that mind, that headspace where you want to play a certain way in a certain format. So it was purely based on that. Yeah, look, I mean, you have to obviously understand the situation of where the team is placed. You have to understand where individuals stand, at certain stages during the course of a long season. So you have to obviously communicate well. You have to speak to the individuals and approach them in a way where explain things to them properly, and mostly it's been combination based whenever we've done changes in the past. And we've explained to the individuals, and they've understood the mindset behind going in with a certain combination. So it's not a difficult thing to do when there is collective trust and belief in the group that we're working towards the same vision. And along the lines, there are ups and downs, and we all understand that as cricketers or as sports people in general. And yeah, I mean, look, it's never a thing that you can say I'm absolutely okay or happy about being told that the combination doesn't allow me to play. But that's the dynamic of team sport, and at the end of the day, we all prioritize the team first, and making sure that we take care of individuals along the way. And that's something that we've done consistently, as a test team, that we have backed the set of players who have done the job for the Indian cricket team in the last 5 6 years, and we maintain and will continue to maintain that they are an integral part of the larger scheme of things, of the core group of the Indian Test team, and they've always been players that we have relied upon on many occasions, and they've done the job. So look, it's upon realizing and being aware of what's happening, and then you find the right space and the right way to approach people. Obviously, along with the management, the coaching staff, discussions happen in a very all round or a rounded manner, and decisions are taken after a collective set of ideas that come to the table, and we all discuss any of the issues that we have to address in the team. Look, I watched the game, and I think we tried everything that we could as a team. Um, Obviously, everyone has a different way of approaching things. I probably would have been able to answer that if I was in that situation, but I was not in that situation. So um, I know that the team tried everything that they could, and Jinx has always brought up great ideas to make sure that we put the opposition under pressure with strategy, with field placings, and with rotating the bowlers as well. A great example was that in Australia as well when we played. So sometimes when you're not able to pull off a result, you also have to give credit to the opposition for them to bat out whatever 10, 12 overs in the end. With the last wicket was a very good effort from them as well. So you have to be realistic about the scenario. You have to be realistic about the situation. Obviously, you look to improve on things that you still can, and you find ways of winning. And that's been the essence of our team, regardless of who's been in charge. And I think that has become the culture of this team, and we will continue to look to find opportunities to put our team in a winning position whenever we can. And sometimes it doesn't happen, and you have to accept that. I know things on the outside are probably looked at from a different lens, because you are not living those moments in the group, you are not living those moments on the field. So no one really knows what conversations happen, what is the kind of effort being put in to get that result. And it's a very sacred thing for the team, and as long as that belief and that understanding stays within the change room, eventually none of the other things matter, and they have never mattered to us as a team, because it's not out of ignorance or neglect. It's just the understanding that we probably know more about what happened on the field than anyone else, and we have to understand. Need to know the truth behind what happened, and why those things happened, and keep finding ways to improve as a side. Well, look, it's pretty natural. I mean, it's we're not playing in normal times anyway, so there's a lot of planning that's involved. There's a lot of preparation that's involved in terms of understanding exactly what's going to go on. There are players who are not part of the group right now who will be entering quarantine to join the team in the bubble to fly in a charter. Those kind of things, you want to seek clarity as soon as possible. So we have spoken to all the senior members of the squad. Obviously, Rahul Bhai has initiated a conversation within the group, which is very important to know, because at the end of the day, we understand. I mean, our focus from the test match will not shift regardless, but also to know that you want to have clarity, and you want to be in a situation where you know exactly what's going on. And we've been talking to the board, and we are pretty confident within a day or two, or pretty soon, we'll have absolute clarity as to what is going on. But yeah, look, we need to be realistic about things as well. We cannot just ignore the things that potentially could put you in a confusing place, and no one wants to be there. So I'm sure everyone's working hard towards finding clarity, and giving us the situation as it unfolds as soon as possible. And we all are hopeful that that will happen soon. And as I said, our prime focus right now is the second test, and the other things are simultaneously being taken care of. Yeah, it looks like a typical Wankhede wicket. We expected to have some nice bounce. There's value for all kinds of bowlers on the Wankhede, and when you bat well, you can get runs as well. So I think it's a great wicket for good cricket. And as I said, all skill sets are in the play all the time. So, which is a great position to be in, because then you know that you can utilize your resources very well, and the team that does it better has more chances of winning the test match. So you go in with the knowing or the knowledge that you can utilize your bowlers, whether it be fast bowlers, spinners, whoever it is, and your batsmen can find value in playing good shots, in being solid at the crease, and still believing that you can score runs even if the situation is difficult. You can very well play a really good knock from there on, because the pitch allows you to. So I think this is a pitch which demands a lot of discipline, but at the same time the rewards of the discipline are also much higher in percentage compared to some of the other venues where spin might be dominant, and the fast bowlers don't come into play. But on the Wankhede, I don't think that's ever been the case, and I know for a fact all the bowlers, especially in red ball cricket, they really enjoy playing at the Wankhede and bowling on this pitch, and the batsmen love batting here as well. So as I said, a great cricketing wicket. हाँ, रिद्धिमान साहा अभी एज ऑफ नाउ वो फिट हैं, और अपने नेक का जो उनका निगल था, जो स्पैज़म था, उससे रिकवर हो चुके हैं, तो ही इज़ एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन ऑब्वियसली हम लोग अभी डिस्कस करेंगे थोड़ा. वेदर चेंजेस हैं, और उससे क्या कंडीशन में चेंजेस होते हैं, विल हैव टू कीप दैट इनटू अकाउंट, और उसके हिसाब से ही हम अपना टीम कॉम्बिनेशन डिसाइड करेंगे. तो हाँ, ये चीज़ें ज़रूरी हैं डिस्कस करनी, कि आप कौन से कंडीशंस में खेलने जा रहे हैं. बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आप अज्यूम नहीं कर सकते कि ऐसा मौसम ही रहेगा पाँचों दिन. तो अगर वो चेंज भी होता है, तो क्या बॉलिंग कॉम्बिनेशन है जो दोनों सिचुएशंस में अडेप्ट कर पाएगा, वही हमारा एक कोर डिसीजन रहता है. और जैसे मैंने बोला, अगर हम एक कॉमन डिसीजन पे आते हैं, एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे आते हैं कि सब लोग अग्री करते हैं इस कॉम्बिनेशन के साथ, तो हम यूजुअली वही कॉम्बिनेशन लेके फील्ड पे जाते हैं.